Hey, welcome back to NewZeroland. You might be wondering, where have you been all this time? You haven't made a video all year. That's a joke I can only use once. What's going on with the Energicas? Why is there a big ship behind me? Don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you guys. We've actually been on a huge, crazy electric motorcycle road trip. We've been riding all around the North Island, seeing tons of crazy stuff, and having a lot of fun. And apparently this trip has aged me like 10 years. But here's a proper intro to this whole travel video series. 2 years ago, my wife Jen and I hopped on our motorcycles and zigzagged around the South Island of New Zealand, and I shot a whole video series about it. If you haven't seen it and you like cliffhangers, definitely check it out. You could think of that series as kind of a prequel to this one. Anyway, we've been thinking about doing another motorcycle trip ever since, and there's a whole nother island to explore. So here's the plan. Start in Wellington, head up to Teapot and cut across the Gentle Annie, which is apparently motorcycling paradise. Then up to Gisborne and around the East Cape, which seems to be this mysterious part of the country nobody ever goes to. Then over to Tauranga, do the Coromandel Loop, an all-day ride with non-stop twisties. Then we work our way to the very top of the country, to Cape Reinga. On the way back down, explore some of the west coast, go blackwater rafting in Waitomo Caves, and then back down to Wellington via Wanganui. We're gonna skip New Plymouth because we already took the Tesla over there and hiked up Mount Taranaki, and we're never doing that again. But what bikes to take? My old Energica Ego was amazing, but it didn't have the range to make some of the distances we need to cover on the North Island. And the Zero was out of commission in pieces in my garage for most of last year. Not to mention it was belt drive, and with all the gravel roads, that's just drama waiting to happen. I know you guys want drama, but I'm trying to avoid that this time. And our experience with the Triumph was so frustrating that I swore never to buy another gas bike again. So we sold everything, the Ego, the Zero, what was left of the Triumph, and shipped over 2 brand new Energica Ribelles, the longest range, fastest charging electric motorcycles we could get. I was so excited that this time we'd both be on electric motorcycles. This trip would be different, not just me on electric and Jen on a gas bike. Fast forward to the trip, and I'm on electric and Jen is on gas again. How did this happen? After that whole intro, what is going on? Well, it's complicated. New Zealand has charging stations like every 50 kilometers, right? Which seems amazing until you actually go out there to charge and find out there's only one station, usually with a bunch of people waiting to use it. So if we managed to find a station that was available, we'd still be charging one bike for like 30 minutes, then plug in the second bike for another 30 minutes. It was just going to slow down the trip way too much, and I didn't want to put Jen through that. I figured it was easier for me to deal with all the electric challenges and let her just enjoy the ride. So she's taking a Yamaha R3, another gas bike. No, this isn't the trip I wanted to do, but I'd feel worse if we didn't go on this trip, like if we waited a whole nother year and hoped that the infrastructure caught up and then found out that it didn't. So one electric and one gas is just the easiest way to do it. Okay, welcome to day 1 of our trip. Hopefully that intro worked. The intro that I shot at the very end of the trip, hopefully we survived and there was no drama at all. What if there was? What if there was drama? That'd be crazy. So the goal of this trip is to ride north and just keep riding north until we can't ride north any further. One electric bike, one gas bike. To the north. Wait, top of the North Islands.
Top of the North!
That's right, I really did shoot all of this out of order with the intention of time traveling via non-linear editing. Anyway, we rode up the Kapiti coast and stopped in to see some friends along the way. Mostly to see their dog. Their dog is the cutest. That dog was so cute.
Oh my god.
So now off to the first charging station, which is Foxton. One of our favorite charging stops. So despite what I said in the intro, Foxton is one of the rare places that does have 2 charging stations. I know this goes against my excuse for bringing only one electric bike on the trip, but in my defense there was already someone plugged in when we arrived, this cool electric Mini, and we wouldn't find another dual charging station stop like this for over a week. I wanted to maximize my chances of being able to ride right up and plug in, because we had a huge distance to cover today, so Foxton was the place to do it. And I probably won't shoot that much video on the way to Teapot. Teapot is the next place that we're going to stop and charge. And then the fun begins. Fun, windy road across the Gentle Annie, all the way to Napier, so stay tuned. Teapot is where our whole depressing plan to take the gas bike was justified. Fueling up the R3. Crazy that you can get 98. That's basically race gas. Jen fueled up. It took like 2 minutes. I'm so jealous. It was smelly, but I see the appeal. Now we're gonna go to, I think around the back of this place, there's a charging station. Okay. Anybody? Oh my God. Oh my God, there's like a MG something else. There's a huge line of people.
To charge?
Yep. And a LDV van. Okay, well, we're gonna be here a while. This is what we were talking about earlier in the intro of this video, where there are 3 electric vehicles. All of them need to charge, and there's 1 charging station. I mean, hopefully the LDV van finishes soon-ish, but then the MG is going to be a half an hour, and the BYD is another half an hour. So it's an hour before I even get to plug in, and then this is probably 45 minutes. This is a huge problem. Imagine if we had both Energicas with us. That would be just ridiculous. We'd be here all day. I don't mean to complain, but it's kind of ridiculous. Who am I kidding? I love complaining. But just to explain this situation, on our trip 2 years ago, for the most part, we could just roll up, plug in, and be back on the road in like 15 minutes. We only ran into a few other EVs at charging stations, and it was still such a novelty back then that we'd always have fun chats with other electric enthusiasts. Now, there are just too many of us. And then there were 5. I did eventually get to plug in, a full hour later. I wish I was joking. We were sitting in the parking lot eating snacks for an hour before I even got to plug in. And after 40 minutes of charging, I felt pressured to unplug early because so many people were waiting. Jen said there's range anxiety and also charging anxiety, and I'll talk more about that again later on this trip. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I want everybody to go electric, and I'm happy to see so many people are doing it, but I have to be realistic and point out where things need to improve. Only 1 charging station for all of us is not cutting it. And this is the kind of thing that could make somebody want to go back to gas. So the problem is, we have to go 150 kilometers, and my range is 121 kilometers. Oh, 161 kilometers is how far we have to go.
That's not too bad.
Well, now we have to do what I didn't want to do, which is ride slow. So it's like a 2.5 hour ride. We're probably going to make it a 4-hour ride. Otherwise, I'm not making it.
You'll have to 2-up with me.
2-up on the R3. Even though that was possibly my worst charging stop of all time and I had to ride slow because of it, I was still happier on the Energica. The electric riding experience is just more fun. Especially on this road from Teapot to Napier, also known as the Gentle Annie. We made it to Napier, a cool little beach town on the East Coast, and checked into our motel, which was awesome, by the way. Of course our motel has a spa in the bedroom. And of course I found a way to plug in the bike for free. Plugged into the wall. Now we're going to go up,
feed it through the window.
The handy dandy knob, seat knob. Okay. And we're charging. So yeah, just got to Napier, didn't really see much of the town, just rode straight to our motel. Got it charging, just barely made it here it seemed, but that was exciting. So now we're gonna go check out, let's see what Napier is about. Apparently Napier was about burritos, and hey, I'm all about it. This is one of the few places that was actually open. We had some celebratory drinks, and neither of us bothered to check the forecast. So we have rain. Whoa!
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was cool. Nice.
The fork lightning? Oh my goodness.
That's a wet one. Exciting.
Day one!
Day one. What an exciting way to end the first day. Good morning.
Good morning!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's Christmas here. Summertime in New Zealand. It's Christmas. It's crazy.
Look at tank tops.
Yep. Amazing. I'm gonna go walk along the beach because that's what people do on Christmas.
Oh, look at the Christmas trees.
Hey, there's Christmas. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go check them out. It's a Christmas tree. Oh, that's what they call them. How do you say it, Jen?
Puhutakawa?
Puhutakawa.
Puhutakawa, yeah.
Here's how it's spelled. In a few days, we get to see New Zealand's oldest Puhutakawa tree, but that'll be in a future episode. We continued along the beach in search of breakfast, and here I am pretending to be a YouTuber, setting up my camera to walk by. The reality of this is kind of ridiculous and it gets old fast, but I made sure to do this as much as possible for you guys. We found what seemed to be the only cafe open on Christmas Day, and it was right on the beach. Major props to the people working here on a holiday. I know this is a motorcycle trip, but I'm a firm believer in balancing out the riding to hanging out on the beach ratio. A road trip is not all about the roads. It's also about the random dogs we befriend along the way. This one, also cute. And road trips are also about hiking up to the top of the hill to see what we can see. Now all I think about is Zelda Breath of the Wild. Like I'm climbing up and I'm collecting these little flowers as I go.
Huh?
And then I want to jump off. Whee! Okay, so we're gonna head up there to the lookout, Bluff Hill, at the top of Napier. It's so nice up here, so like tropical and I don't know, warm, beachy.
There's a puppy.
And there's puppies everywhere.
Oh, look at that puppy.
Ah, puppy. Hey, little penguins here.
Where are they?
Where are the penguins?
Wow.
Actually, last year we saw a blue penguin.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. 2 years ago, we saw on our last trip. We saw a blue penguin on the beach, and it tried to bite me.
Because you tried to touch it.
I tried to. Yeah, it's illegal. Oh yeah. Sorry, we're going up there.
Okay.
That way. We're going that way. The view's getting better.
Wow.
Why is it like that? It's not cold here. Jen's a dragon. So cool. Brap.
So much nature.
Oh, what is that? Oh, it's like Camry or something. Oh, okay. Oh, shortcut. Oh, view's getting better. Ooh. Gisborne, we're going there tomorrow. That's there, somewhere over there, behind that boat. Well, aside from walking around for a few hours, there wasn't much to do here with everything closed for Christmas. I love to comment on the Art Deco themed buildings and the colorful flowers that were all over the place. But instead, Napier was a surreal ghost town for us, which I guess was kind of cool in its own way. I'm sure Napier is really cool when there's more people around and things are open, like not on Christmas Day, but still cool to walk around. Nice. It's such a nice day. So now we're gonna go back to our hotel and drink.
Make some tacos.
And make tacos. Christmas tacos. The tacos were amazing, and I can't believe I didn't get those on video. Next time, I promise, tacos. The next day, we woke up at the crack of 7 and started packing the bikes for the next leg of our journey, which was just up the coast to Gisborne, about 200 kilometers away. I like riding in the morning so we can take our time to get to where we need to go. Especially if a charging station takes too long, or if we want to go check out a waterfall or something, it's okay, there's no rush. Unfortunately, we didn't check the weather again, and the clouds are getting darker.
Ah, you got me!
Yeah, sorry Jen. We pulled over to put our rain gear on just as the rain stopped. The rain stopped. 5 minutes later, the rain was back, and we were so happy we brought rain gear. And then, it was like nothing ever happened, and we were back in summer again. This is the Mohawk Viaduct, and I couldn't ride past something so cool without getting some drone shots. I have one of those little drones that doesn't have follow mode, but I figure, hey, I don't have a clutch, I can just hold the drone controller in one hand and ride the bike with the other, right? Well, just when you thought I'd end this video without a cliffhanger.
Sam is on his way to go pick up the drone because it's not returning to where we are located now. So, hopefully he comes back soon. Any minute now.